Before I start this video, I really want to let everyone who's taking their time out to watch this video, if you have not seen the movie and you do not want to be spoiled, I repeat, do not watch this video. I repeat, do not watch this video. Alright, that's your warning. Anything after that, it's on you. So, finally got a chance to check out Us, and my theory was correct. If you are not familiar with that particular theory that I actually came up with, I will be posting a link to that particular video so you can go check that out and see what I actually theorized about this movie before its actual release. And that theory was that Lupita's character was actually the double, her clone, the untethered. She replaced her original version of herself at the beginning of the movie when they do the flashback and show you Lupita growing up in 1986. She wanders into a funhouse mirror house and gets replaced by her double. And that was the big twist at the end of the movie. Watching it in theaters with other people was very interesting to see. Some people like, wow, so they actually switched. But with any good film that you watch, and of course in the Jordan Peele film, he always leaves those little Easter eggs throughout the whole movie that let you know what's going to happen before it happened. For example, one thing that you catch early in the film is that you're dealing with copies and clones. But the thing with Lupita's character that you catch on to very early, if you pay close attention while watching the movie, is that when the incident happens when she's younger, she goes back to her parents, but she doesn't talk. She doesn't interact like she did before. And one thing that's very evident with the clones of the untethered, the shadow copies, is that they do not speak. But Lupita character speaks. Plus, the reaction that Lupita had when she first encountered them coming to the house, when she's telling her daughter to go put her shoes on and she gets extra scared, that was another sign. But one of the biggest things to pay attention to, that if you've watched the trailers or if you watch this particular film and it gets to the end that they give you that extra information, is that her supposed copy is the only one that speaks. And when she does speak, her voice is crackled and it sounds very strange. The reason her voice is crackled and strange is because she was choked by her double. If you watch the trailer, you see the scene where she gets choked. And that's the reason why her voice is messed up in the film. Her copy replaced her, took her life, and went and lived and did everything she wanted to do. So that's the one thing about the film that's pretty interesting and is a good twist, is that the whole time you're rooting for the person you think you should be rooting for. Guess what? You're going for the wrong team. It's crazy to think that she did that to her, knew about all this, and didn't think that she would have to pay some type of repercussions in the future. Because the thing about the particular clones in this movie is that someone figured a way out to clone people. But the thing that keeps them connected and makes it very interesting is just because you clone somebody doesn't mean you can actually clone their soul. So the thing about this is that you have some group or organization that was cloning people and found a way that if you clone someone, you have a certain amount of control over them. So they ran this big experiment, used these clones to study and try to control people, then they abandoned it. That's one of the very interesting things about this film that I think that could be expanded on if they do any type of semi-sequels or anything that's connected to it. Because I thought that was very interesting that somebody would go that far, abandon it, but people have done things like that in real life, done experiments, left them to their own just to see what would happen. But yeah, the whole shadow duality between the characters was very interesting. Especially when you're watching the movie and you see stuff that certain people do or they stop doing guess what? Their clone can do it. For example, towards the end of the movie when Lupita's fighting against the original copy that we find out at the end of the movie, like how she gave up on dancing, her copy didn't give up on dancing. Her copy had agility that was pretty amazing. They had a battle fight or whatever, and every time she tried to attack her, she dodged the blows with ease. Another example, the daughter Zora. She was supposed to run track, but she gave up on it. Her copy was fast. The things that certain characters gave up on, their copy, the dark version of themselves, perfected. Same thing with the son. He was trying to do a magic trick using a lighter. Guess what? His copy is a pyromaniac who's amazing with fire. So those are the small little details you gotta pay attention to, because literally in this movie, they literally left breadcrumbs for almost everything as far as it goes towards the clones, almost, to explain why they act the way they do, what's their purpose, and what they're going after. They didn't get, the one thing I wish I could have got out of the movie is what is the results of the end game of what they execute. Something to really think about when you watch this movie. But yeah, theory ended up paying off. One character replaced the other back in the 80s and took her life, and she just came back to try to get her life back. She took a big plot revenge and killed a ridiculous amount of people with a plan, but hey, some people push you to the edge, and that's one thing I thought that was very interesting. That was a good twist. The original was replaced by the copy, and then the original came back to take revenge. Simple as that. But besides that, there's a lot of metaphors in this film, especially with the Mirror House. When you first go to the Mirror House, you see that it's a Native American on the top of the border. You come back later, in present time, it's changed to a wizard. It's a lot of under themes in that. I don't have enough time to go into it, but it's a lot of themes in this movie that if you might have to watch it more than once to pick up it. But as far as the storyline and the main themes, the stuff that's more above the surface, I picked up on the first watch too. But it'll probably be some more stuff I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick up when I watch it again. But yeah, that's about it for this one. So yes, my theory, it was correct. Very interesting. Hopefully, I hope they expand this more, because I would like to see how this connects to Get Out, if it's truly connected, and Us, and maybe do like a third movie that actually expands more, brings in a new storyline, and actually shows you the results of what happens at the end of this movie, or just a direct sequel. So yes, Jordan Peele has created something that's very interesting that will have a lot of people talking, trying to figure out puzzle pieces to put together and expand on. But this is one of those movies, the more people are going to talk about it, the more stuff they will find out, connect, and relate to other stories and things in real life. So if your purpose is to make a movie like this and execute it, that's pretty hard, but I think he pulled it off pretty good. So can't wait to see what Jordan Peele has up his sleeve next. We thought Adelaide Wilson was the original person, but she wasn't. Well, I knew she wasn't, but it is what it is. And Lupita's acting in this one, yeah. This proves how high caliber her acting is. So yeah, I respected her acting before this, and now I respect it even more. So yeah, she did a magnificent job in this particular movie. So yeah, we shall see what the future holds for this. More Jordan Peele horror suspense movies. Indeed, and I'm pretty sure this is going to make some good money, especially off of word of mouth. Word of mouth is going to spread this movie wild. But we will see what the end results will be after that. But damn, it is a lot of little hidden themes in this movie. Just thinking about it now while I'm talking about it, it's a crazy amount of stuff that I just realized that connected even more things. But yeah, breadcrumbs and lead right back to the bread, the whole loaf at least. So yes, you all make sure when you watch the movie, you come back to the comment section and let me know the other things that you picked up that I didn't talk about. Because there's a lot of stuff I could talk about that I'm not talking about, but I don't want to ruin the whole movie completely. So I want you to at least see it and still have some enjoyment in it, even if you do watch this before you actually go see the movie in theaters at least. So yeah, get that enjoyment at least. Go watch the movie and judge yourself. I thought the movie was good. Overall, I thought the movie was really good. But otherwise than that, let me know what you think if you've seen the movie. And what do you think about what transpired in it as one of the big twists in this particular film? But otherwise than that, like the video and of course comment below. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't to the channel yet. And otherwise than that, I will catch you all in the next one. All right, everybody.